Hello, my name is Luke Ingram, and I'm the scenic designer for Oleanna. I will be taking you on a tour of all of the backstage spaces and a full, wonderful, fact-filled tour of Diamond Theater and the set. So if you'll follow me, we're going to walk up and into the back of the Diamond. Welcome to the set of Oleanna. Oleanna is a two-character play by David Mamet about the interactions between a female undergraduate student and a professor. The play takes place entirely in John's office, which I have recreated in Diamond Theater. One of the biggest, most important elements of the show is John's book, which we have lovingly created. John talks about his book he's published. His son will see his book someday. It's one of his symbols of success, achievement, power, etc. So therefore, while I was designing the set, I wanted to feature the book. A fun feature of the bookcase, there are a multiple of 3 items on each shelf with the exception of the top shelf. That was part of the concept I had of triangles and threes and elements of the concept. The triangle in mythology worldwide is a symbol for sexuality and power, as well as stability to some extent. The triangle is used as both a symbol for male gender and female gender, as well as items like the pyramid, which are giant, big, powerful symbols. So if you pay attention to the floor and the shape of the set, it is to some extent in a triangle, but it's also cut off and skewed and adjusted so that it shows that while it is about power and sexuality and gender, it is not entirely right with the world, and it is slightly off. There's a cool feature on the second to bottom shelf. During the show, there is a cell phone that rings because John is getting calls from his wife and his lawyer and all sorts of things during the show. So he needed to have a speaker on the stage to provide the sound that the sound designer wanted. While we were working, one day we were trying to figure out where to put this speaker. The sound designer and I came up with this brilliant idea to hide it in the bookcase. And we sat here together and found if we could do the second shelf up, it would be perfect. So we came up with the idea of building a false set of books, which you can see right here, so that the sound can still go through and still be heard, and the speaker can still be where we want it, but it doesn't affect the visual concept of the set. Up above, you'll see the 3 blinds. Again, 3 blinds because of the threes, the triangles, etc. One of the major ways during the design process that we discussed this play was the action word. The action of this play is revelation. It is showing to the world the horrible things that John does in this office. So when I was thinking about revelation, I thought about light, and I thought about how could we bring light into the space without being entirely literal. So the first idea that came to mind was blinds. Blinds cover windows, they block out light, but they can also let light in. And the blinds also add and help shape the audience and make them feel, again, like this giant, huge, vast theater is a small little office, because the skew of the height of the blinds brings the eye in and focuses it yet again on the desk and on the front and pulls it forward. One of the big elements in the original production was at the end of Act 2, John would push Carol against the door and have her attempt and stop her from exiting the office. Doors in theater are very problematic. They cause shadows, they cause changes in lighting, and block visual elements. So in discussion with Josh, the director, we really wanted a way to have the idea of the door without having an actual door in the space. The way we accomplished this was by having a ramp down to the bottom, so that it is a hallway out of the office, providing that exit, but not providing an actual door, which got in the way. Alright. Alright, and now we're in the production booth. Up here is where the stage manager, soundboard operator, and lightboard operator work. Here is the God mic. This is the stage manager's tool for communication with the actors and audience. It's called the God mic because it's always set through the board to be very loud and booming, and it comes through every speaker in the space, which is really cool. Right here is the stage manager's comm panel. He has 4 separate channels of communication. 2 of them are to this space, and the other 2 are to the other 2 spaces in the building. He also has the ability to page the dressing room and tell the actors and warn them for when they have to come upstairs, when the audience arrives, other things like that. This is the gel and gobo storage area. The gels are what lighting designers use to make colors in the lights. It's a film of colored plastic which is used to make pretty colors. There are also gobo holders. I don't see any gobos, but gobos are called gobos because they go before the optics. They're small metal or glass shapes which add texture and motion to lights that otherwise wouldn't have it. And this going into the grid. Here in Diamond we have a 1 square inch tension wire grid from galvanized aircraft cable. Each one of these panels can hold up to a Volkswagen Beetle from them and have that suspended, and it'll be fully fine and be able to hold that weight. The benefit of a tension wire grid is that it is fully customizable. You can change the pipes around and have lights from any position you would want or need, and you can hang scenery from anywhere you would want or need. So for example, we have the 3 blinds and 2 of them are hung from the grid. The other benefit of having a tension wire grid is that when you get bored over the long 8, 10, 12-hour days, you can bounce up and down, and it's really fun. Generally, it takes a few years of comfort with the grid to have this, but it's one of those very fun benefits that you can have. These lights right here are what are called PARs. They are parabolic reflector lights, which create a large ellipsoidal circle or ellipsoidal area of light on the ground and fill in the space. These ones are amber in color and are one of the many, I think, 200 lights that are in use for this show.